Hey guys, it's David Barnett from davidcbarnett.com, the blog site, YouTube channel, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, etc. podcast where I talk about buying, selling, financing, managing, etc. of small and medium-sized businesses. Today I want to talk about Christmas, as Christmas is coming up quickly next week. First of all, though, for those of you who haven't done this yet, don't forget that my holiday chat recordings, and these are 7 one-hour conversations that I've had with people in my audience who are in the middle of or contemplating either buying or selling a business. Those 7 conversations, which are available to you guys for free, are only going to be coming out to people who are on my email list. That's how they're going to be sent out starting on Christmas Day. So if you haven't already, just go to davidcbarnett.com, scroll down on the left-hand side. There's an area that says subscribe to our mailing list. Fill this in so that you get onto the email list, choose the topics that interest you, and you will get those 7 recordings starting on Christmas Day, one each day. But additionally, every time I send out something, either an offer, a new idea, a new story, or feedback, or something that's interesting from one of you guys that comes to me, I almost always share it in the email list. And so by choosing the topics that interest you, you'll get the stuff that you're interested in as well. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about Christmas, and we're talking about Christmas giving. Now, here's an article from CBC News. So this is a news site in Canada. But it says, according to Imagine Canada, which is an umbrella organization representing the charitable sector, Canadians give about $5 billion to charities in late November all through December, which is 40% of the approximately $12 billion in donations received for the entire year. And I would guess that this kind of statistic is probably the same in most Western countries, right? And it makes sense. You know, at Christmas time, you go to the grocery store and the Salvation Army is there with their little kettles, and all kinds of different charitable appeals happen at Christmas time. So it's definitely a time for giving, and it's a time for when people, think about others, etc. So the problem, though, for someone who wants to be charitable and wants to give is having money to give away. So obviously, if you want to give more, you need to earn more, you need to have more. So I found this interesting article. This is from a UK website called askmen.com. And the reason why I thought it was a great article is because it quotes some people whose books that I've read. So it says here that the authors of The Millionaire Next Door, Thomas Stanley and William Danko, and I read this book years ago. It's a really great book, Millionaire Next Door. They write that 20% of the affluent households in America are headed by retirees. Of the remaining 80%, so these are of 80% of the affluent households where people are not retirement age, more than 2/3 are headed by self-employed owners of businesses. In America, fewer than 1 in 5 households, about 18%, is headed by a self-employed business owner or professional, but these self-employed people are 4 times more likely to become millionaires than those who work for others. So if you read these statistics, basically it says that if you want the opportunity to become a wealthier person, if you want the opportunity to be able to affect other people's lives more and to be able to do more for people and have more, etc., then obviously business ownership is a more likely path to having success and wealth. I mean, these guys have spelled it out. If you own your own business, you're 4 times more likely to achieve great personal wealth than people who work for other people. And that just makes sense, because if you work for someone else and you want to have enough income to support your lifestyle and accumulate wealth, then you've got to be a really high income earner. And of course, we know that, there's a lot more people earning $50,000 a year than earning $150,000 or $250,000 a year. But those kinds of incomes among business owners are possible, and I see them every day. When I look at financial statements, people who have a great successful business and they're earning, multiple 6-figure incomes for themselves as owners. Now, what is wrong with business ownership, though, of course, is the risk, right? And I found this other article, which is from entrepreneur.com. And it says, will entrepreneurship make you rich? A realistic perspective. So it's talking about, of course, how hard it is. And it talks about Richard Branson and Mark Zuckerberg. And of course, we know that these are statistical outliers, that hardly anybody else is going to be in that situation, just like, top performing major sports stars. But it talks about the average salary. It talks about the chances for a breakout success are very slim, of course. And this article is talking about starting a business. Okay. That's what's important. But here, chances of failure. This is what I want to show you guys. It's commonly reported that 90% of startups fail, which is exactly why I tell people not to start a business. Okay. But this number misrepresents the real statistics for several reasons. It doesn't define failure or include a time frame. Even so, it is true that the majority of businesses do fail, even if they barely constitute a majority. Okay. So the good news is that after a business has been open for 4 years, approximately 50% of the businesses are still open. Okay. So what it's telling us is that once you've gone through that early phase of testing whether or not the business is going to be accepted by customers, whether or not you're going to be able to implement a system to repeat your successful delivery of product or service over and over again, once you've got all this stuff established, the chances of failure drop tremendously. And while it doesn't talk about that here, that's why I have always been a proponent of not starting businesses, but buying them. Because if you buy a business that's already achieved this milestone, at least 5 years old, they're already profitable, they've already figured out how to satisfy customers, etc., then the chance of you failing is going to drop incredibly. Now, I owned a business brokerage office from 2009 until 2011. So as we approach 2019, we are now almost a decade since my active career full-time every day as a business broker. Okay. When I owned that office, I helped people buy and sell 35 other businesses. I took a look at the list because, I was always trying to impress people. So I had this big plaque made for my waiting area where I had all the names of the businesses that I had helped to sell put into. Have you ever seen those annual plaques where every year they put in a different winner with the year? I had one of those plaques made, and it simply said, success stories of the office, and every name of the business and the date that it was sold was put onto one of those little plaques and stuck on as the deals were done. So I went through, out of those 35 businesses that were listed on that plaque, 6 of them are closed. And so it's been 10 years. So not quite even the failure rate suggested by this article, but it just goes to show you that once a business is established, the chances of it carrying on are much greater. And so if you're on this channel, it means you're either someone who owns a business and you're thinking about selling it one day, or you are somebody who's thinking about buying a business. So if you haven't already, this is what you need to do, is you need to go over to businessbuyeradvantage.com, and you have to start this whole process. You need to begin your education. You need to learn how you are going to go and buy your own business. Until the end of December, there's a special bonus. So you go here to businessbuyeradvantage.com. You can watch a video. It'll explain what my process is. And there's basically 4 steps. There's the education, the training, the preparation and coaching, and the analysis and guidance. So education is books that I've written, the YouTube videos that I put out for free that everyone's welcome to share and enjoy. Step 2 is the training. This is my full day program, 9.5 hours with a workbook. This is what's going to teach you the basics of how to buy a business. And that's what you're going to get if you click the buy now button. The preparation and coaching is my group coaching program for people that want to work with me and get support and guidance as they go through the steps of actually locating and finding a business that they're going to buy, and then making an offer, etc. And the analysis and guidance is the one-on-one stuff. If you need me to work with you on a specific deal, help do evaluations, help negotiate, etc. Okay, so you click buy now, and it's going to take you through to the purchase page for the online course. And right here, it says limited time bonus, audio recording of the November 23rd Buy a Successful Business in 2019 Toronto live workshop. So that bonus alone, if I were going to sell that, would be $100. And right now it's bundled into the Business Buyer Advantage program only for the month of December. It's a huge gift for you guys. Sign up, download that audio recording, because in January it won't be there. And if you're a past student and you signed up for Business Buyer Advantage anytime in the last couple of years since I've been offering it, you can log in, you can download that audio file. The gift is yours as well. But make it happen, guys. You're not going to buy a business by thinking about it and watching my YouTube videos. You actually have to take action, which means learn how to do it and then start taking the action steps to go and find a business to buy, make offers, negotiate, etc. My whole business is based around helping people do that and helping people sell as well. But I want you guys to be in a position where you are going to be able to have a positive impact on your community and your life and the people around you. And that means having the resources to give to create an impact on other people. And in order to get those resources, we know you have a 4 times likelier chance of becoming a wealthy person if you own a business. All right. Good luck. Merry Christmas. Be safe, please. No drinking and driving or anything like that over the holidays. I look forward to hearing from you. And if you haven't, sign up for the email list. There's a direct link now to sign up. davidcbarnettlist.com will take you right to the sign up. Sign up for my email list so you can get those holiday chat recordings between Christmas and New Year's Eve. The calls are amazing. They're real people. They paid to talk to me. I helped them through their issue, whether it was buying, selling, or trying to make a decision on how to approach their own entrepreneurial journey. You're going to love the calls. And with that, we'll see you later. Have a great day.